uncertainties, and a lot of people might be wondering why, and it's because this storm has really just arrived on the Pac Northwest coast. Doesn't look like too much showing up on radar, but it has a lot of ground to cover before it gets to our region. So speaking of which, you can see some sunshine and some clouds starting to drift into the DC metro, similar to what we saw yesterday. Some of those snow showers, western PA kind of drifting into western Maryland, perhaps seeing a few flurries on that commute home from work. Hour by hour today, it will stay quite breezy, so our feels like temperatures remain in the 30s. Daytime high of 46 degrees, a little bit below our average for this time of year, and the mix of clouds and sun expected through about 3 p.m. Overnight tonight, temperatures drop back into the 20s. Western suburbs right around 31 in the metro, under mainly clear skies, and those winds will start to lessen through the day tomorrow. Some sunshine if you're partaking in the rock and roll marathon. Definitely layer up. By about 7 a.m. that temperature sits in the 30s to low 40s through the afternoon. We're at 54 daytime high tomorrow, 44 on Sunday, and don't forget we also spring forward late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Here's a look at what we're talking about next. Our next weather maker possibly coming late Sunday into early Monday. This is just one computer model, possibly bringing in around an inch of snow. Meanwhile, the European model, really nothing at all. So you can clearly see where there is some big uncertainties. But again, after this afternoon through the day tomorrow, we will definitely be able to fine tune the track and also the forecast. So definitely want to stay with the Stormwatch 7 team. Also download our app so that you can track those shower and wintry mixed chances into late Sunday night, early Monday morning. As we take a look at that extended forecast, temperatures stay in the 40s really through the middle half of next week, and that is below average. It looks like by the time we head into Thursday, Friday, and next weekend, we will finally start to heat things up and possibly maybe even see a 60-degree day by next weekend. Adriana?
All right, a shocking story now about twins separated at birth, adopted by different families, and then monitored for a secret nature versus nurture study. But the catch, they and their families had no idea. Elizabeth Vargas joins us now live with more on this fascinating story. And Elizabeth, how in the world was this ever even discovered?
It was discovered actually quite by coincidence in some of these cases. In one case, identical triplets accidentally found each other because two of the triplets enrolled in the same college. Other twins were told that they were part of a set of identical twins when, for example, one of the researchers involved in the case had an attack of a conscience and broke the rules and let one of the twins know. It took these twins years, sometimes decades, to find each other. And then, of course, they not only discovered they'd been lied to about the fact that they were part of a twin set, but lied to about the fact that they were also the subject to a secret twins experiment, something to the whole nature versus nurture. These twins and identical triplets were separated at birth and adopted out to unsuspecting families, and then tracked and followed for sometimes as long as a decade. And all this research was kept secret and is still kept secret to this day under lock and key at Yale University.
So is there a chance that we don't know how many families were impacted, like the actual number?
Oh, absolutely. There's a chance there are people who are an identical twin and they have no idea that there's another twin out there, a clone of themselves in essence, because that's what an identical twin is, a DNA, almost in a 100% DNA match. So not only do we not know for sure how many identical twins were separated and secretly studied, we don't know the results of that secret study, and the twins themselves who have figured out that they were part of the study can't even get access to their own material.
Wow, so fascinating. What is the legality of this? How could this even happen?
Well, many people at the time the study was happening in the 1960s, 1970s, were concerned about the ethics. Other adoption agencies who were approached and asked to separate identical twins said, absolutely not, how can you do that? And clearly at some point they figured out that this would be met with a great uproar because the study was never published after spending at least 2 decades studying these twins, expending an enormous amount of time, effort, and money, taking copious notes and visiting these families and doing this. In 1974, a law was passed in the United States making it illegal to study a human being in any way without their knowledge and consent. So starting in 1974, it was factually illegal. But certainly before that, many people who were approached to be part of the study knew it was unethical as well.
All right, Elizabeth Vargas, live for us in New York. Thank you so much for your time. That 2020 airs at 10 o'clock tonight, right here on ABC 7. Well, coming up, a wild police chase. One officer actually stuck in the suspect's car as he topped 70 miles per hour. What led up to this and how it ended? That's straight ahead.
The virtual physical is a revolutionary approach to preventative medicine that gives you a remarkably precise 3D visualization of your total body. Early detection is key to a long lifespan. With a virtual physical, it's possible to prevent premature diseases. Don't wait. If you're ready to take charge of your health, call now. For a limited time, get $250 off a full body scan. Call 301-984-9009 or visit virtualphysical.com.
Call the Mike Slocum Law Firm.